Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Thomas Jefferson said, "If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done." Benjamin Franklin said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Basically, get off your duff, get to working, you've got dreams, you've got goals, you've got to do what it takes to get them. Like, subscribe, comment, show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. Howdy, folks. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. So, first off, I've got a link tree down below for all my social media contacts, my Patreon. Basically, if you want to get hold of me, you can get hold of me. We can get ideas and all that. Now, I have come across, it's a few days old, it's August 12th, actually, it's more than a few days old at this point. A Bulgarian national was extradited for a scheme to legally export U.S. origin sensitive microelectronics to Russia. Now, these particular microelectronics were part of something they're called radiation hardened electronics. There we go. I can talk now. And this is a major part of manufacturing in the United States. We've already killed quite a bit of manufacturing in this nation. But this is, according to Deloitte, 1.5 billion in sales globally in 2023. If you're looking at other sources, they're saying that it could be as much as 5 to 6 million a year, or billion, sorry, billion. But yeah, this is some interesting stuff. So let's get into it. So, from the DOJ release, defendant and his co-conspirators used Bulgarian company to transship radiation-hardened integrated circuits to Russia. Bulgarian national Milan Dimitrov, 50, made his initial appearance in federal court in San Antonio today after being extradited from Greece. Now, mind you, some of these were for missile parts. So, according to court documents, Dimitrov allegedly conspired with Ilyas Saburov, 52, of Russia, and Dmitry Dimitrov, 74, of Bulgaria, to violate International Emergency Economic Powers Act and Export Control Reform Act in a scheme to procure sensitive radiation-hardened integrated circuits from the U.S. and illegally export those components to Russia through Bulgaria without the required licenses from the U.S. government. And it alleges that between May 2014 and May 2018, the defendants used the Bulgarian company Multi-Technology Integration Group, EEOD, to receive export-controlled items from the United States and transship them to Russia without the required licenses. According to the document, or the indictment, Saburov is the head of two Russian companies, Cosmos Komplekt and OOO Sovtest Comp, and controls MTIG. Both Dmitry and Milan Dimitrov worked for Saburov at Cosmos Komplekt and MTIG. Also alleged in 2014, the defendants met with the supplier of radiation-hardened circuits in Austin, Texas, and were informed that radiation-hardened circuits could not be shipped to Russia because of U.S. trade restrictions. Saburov then established MTIG in Bulgaria to purchase a controlled electronic circuits which did not require a license to export to Bulgaria. The radiation-hardened properties of these circuits made them resistant to damage or malfunction in the harsh outer space environment. The circuits were controlled for export to Russia for these very reasons. The parts were shipped to Bulgaria in 2015, and MTIG soon thereafter transshipped them to Saburov's companies in Russia transferred over 1 million to MTIG for parts. Same time frame, MTIG, at Sabarov's direction, ordered 1.7 million in other electronic components produced by another US-based electronics manufacturer. Bought these parts to fill part of its contract with Sovtescomp. Again, the parts were shipped from the United States to Bulgaria, where they were then merely repackaged and then shipped to Russia. So, this is what was going on. A lot of stuff, but we now need to go over why these parts are so important. Okay, just a quick thing, because most people probably don't know a lot about radiation hardening. Radiation hardening is the process of making electronic components and circuits resistant to damage or malfunction caused by high levels of ionizing radiation, especially for environments in outer space, around nuclear reactors and particle accelerators, or during nuclear accidents or nuclear warfare. So, this isn't just about space. You take a look at Chernobyl, you take a look at what happened in Japan. This is what some of these components can be used for. So they can be used in nuclear. Russia has a very strong nuclear building project. They build nuclear reactors for other countries. So this would be good for that, but they're not allowed to get it because of the restrictions. On top of that, there is all kinds of ways, but the military and space industry applications, radiation hardened and radiation tolerant components are used in military and aerospace applications, including point to load applications, satellite system power supplies, step down switching regulators, yada 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 yada. However, not all military grade components are radiation hardened. For example, need a lot of flapperjack thing. The market size for radiation hardened electronics used in space applications was estimated to be 2.35 billion in 2021. New study has estimated this will reach approximately 4.76 billion by the year 2032. In telecommunications, the term nuclear hardness has the following meanings: expression to the extent to which performance of a system, facility, or device is expected to degrade in any given nuclear environment, physical attributes of a system or electronic component that will allow survival in an environment that includes nuclear radiation and electromagnetic pulses. Now, the reason that that's important is not just for space, and not just because somebody might set off some kind of thing up in space, a nuclear weapon up in space to send down an EMP pulse, EMP. What it could happen is there are coronal discharges. This sounds all kinds of science-y and science fiction, but it isn't science fiction. In the late 1800s, when our highest level of technology were telegraph machines, there was a coronal discharge. It caused the telegraph machines to be able to work without the need for a battery. Just the wires and the clacker, and you could send telegraph messages with no electricity. That is what happened in the late 1800s. Now, we have advanced far beyond that, and they are expecting a similar coronal discharge that could literally fry our electronics. Your cell phone, all these fancy little electronic cars, things like that. This is what this is great for. This would protect key bits of electronics. So, we have this situation where Russia, who's not supposed to be getting our parts, are getting them this way. That means that they're prepared, and we don't want them prepared because, well, they're Russian. We don't like Russia. We haven't liked Russia in over a century. This is what's going on there. And this is how important those components are. So let's get past all the complicated explanations and all that. Here's what the problem is. This is a large this is a large manufacturing issue. We're talking billions of dollars. That means that people are getting paid to do the work, and it's being sent to somewhere that could probably reverse engineer what is going on, which would cut down on the jobs in this country. We have screwed up manufacturing in this country. We really have. And this could cause us to lose yet another manufacturing arena. It's idiotic that we've got this problem. Now, I could go into dozens of reasons as to why we have lost manufacturing. But while we have this, we need to protect it. On top of the fact of, we need to get to the point where we have far more bits of manufacturing going on in this country. So, I'm glad that the Department of Commerce hit this person with all these charges, and this person could go to jail for 80 years. But it also comes to a point that we need more manufacturing here, and there needs to be a way to handle that. Well, there is, but nobody wants to nobody wants to do the solutions. So, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at another strike to our economy because we have bad plans when it comes to manufacturing. We have a government that's working against manufacturers. We have special interest groups working against manufacturers. Look, read Adam Smith. Read up on why manufacturing is so important. We need it. We don't need it going to other countries. So people need to know about this. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.